watching this video, so the chances are great that you enjoy what we create here at the Audrain. And if you do, why not take the next step and subscribe to this channel? You might also consider a membership in the Audrain Automobile Museum. We mount 4 new exhibitions each year featuring cars from the Audrain collections and loans from some of the leading collectors and institutions around the world. Click here to find out more. Hello and welcome to the latest installment of The Audrain Goes To. Now, if you are a regular viewer of this channel, you know that our last program was from Florida at the Amelia. And at the end of that, I promised that our next program might come from a place slightly different. And here we are at Villa dEste on Lake Como in northern Italy. We're here showing this 1964 ATS 2500 GTS, a very special car for a very special event. Like all of Italy, this is a place just steeped in history. It's been a luxury hotel since the middle of the 19th century, but the property was first developed as a summer home for the Cardinal of Como back in the 16th century. And this place has a feeling that it's been here forever. And the combination of nature and art is unparalleled, much like that in Italian cars. And one of the other things, of course, everyone thinks of Italy as being sunny and beautiful all the time. We're actually quite lucky at the moment, and I won't curse us, but the weather forecast has not been great. We arrived a couple of days ago, checked the car in to the Concours, and now we are just waiting for the briefing this afternoon for the entrance. Tomorrow will be a show here on the grounds of the Hotel Villa dEste for the owners, invited guests, and a very few special people that have purchased tickets. And then on Sunday, there'll be a further show a little ways down the lake at the Villa Erba, a public show where the tickets are very inexpensive and families come and make a picnic to see these great cars. This is a very small show, only about 55 cars entered, and the classes are very interesting. This car is competing in a class called the Reimagination of the European GT car. What does that mean? I don't know, but it has cars in it from a 1950 Alfa Romeo 6C 2500 with a wonderful body by Riva to a 1985 Ferrari 288 GTO. So we'll see how we do, but the entire point here is not necessarily to win a jury award or even, of course, the great public award, the Coppa d'Oro della Villa dEste. It's just to come and show this car in a very special place with the most passionate enthusiasts that you can possibly find on the planet. We're going to have a great time. The Audrain team has worked overtime to get this car here by air, prepared beautifully back at home by Ben Mercer and his team, and we are here to try and do all we can. I'm here right now with my colleague and friend Nick Waller, and we're going to have a great weekend no matter what the weather is. So let's see what happens. It is show morning here at the Hotel Villa dEste for the 2023 Concorso Villa dEste. All the cars are in place. We've done all the work we could to prepare the car for this moment, and now it's in the hands of the jury, which will be coming by at about 11 o'clock to come and look over the car and judge it in comparison to its peers. Now, one of the things that's very special about this show is that it's a very small show. But the cars are unbelievably fine and unbelievably unusual, and there's a very wide range of cars, as I mentioned earlier. So this class goes from a 1950 Alfa Romeo 6C 2500 to a 1985 Ferrari 288 GTO. How do the judges compare apples, oranges, to tangerines? That's their job, not ours. But I can certainly, again, add to the fact that this ATS has gotten so much amazing attention. Everyone loves this car. It's a car that many people have never seen before, or if they've only seen it, they've seen it in a picture, or perhaps in a film somewhere. And it's an amazing thing to be here representing the Audrain with this car, because everyone also knows here about the Audrain. It's very, very exciting to see people wearing Audrain gear here at Villa dEste, and to just be in this magical atmosphere. Now, so far, the weather has held off, so we're hoping that the gods of the weather here in Italy stay with us for just a little while longer, so that people can enjoy these cars, and this car in particular, a lot more. One of the things that is so wonderful about world-class events is that you run into world-class collectors wherever you go, and many of those people are my friends and our friends. I'm here with my friend Stephen Bruno.
Hey Donald, how are you?
And Stephen is showing his magnificent 1950 Alfa Romeo 6E 2500 Riva Berlinetta and La Serenissima, this car is called, for the great city of Venice. And Stephen is a great friend of the Audrains. He is shown at the Audrain Newport Concours many years. He loves Newport, and so I know that we can't compare events, Stephen, but I think that what makes Villa d'Este so special is also a lot of things that make the Newport Concours so special.
It's the history and the ambiance of Newport is amazing, and so is Villa d'Este, obviously. So, yes.
So, I mean, it's a great thing that you can be on this great axis of going to Newport, Villa d'Este, you know, Pebble Beach. It's all, you know, the wonderful magical life of Stephen Bruno.
Well, of a car collector.
Of a car collector of a certain type and a certain mindset.
That's right.
Now, Stephen, your passion are coach-built Italian cars.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about this car today.
Well, this is a one-off Alfa Romeo, and I think one of the cool fun facts about this car is it was built in Marate, which is less than an hour from Villa d'Este. And the reason why it was built there was commissioned by Johnny Laurani, and he commissioned Riva to do the car because he had a villa here, and he was able to manage the build of the car. So, but it's a homecoming for it of sorts. It left here 1951, and it's back now in 2023.
That sense of circular history so often happens here at Villa d'Este because cars like this, which were great fashion statements, were very frequently shown at events like Villa d'Este that started in 1929 and now continues today with the revival in 1995. And it's really wonderful because this car looks so much at home here.
It does.
And I think that's one of the things that also distinguishes the entry here. The entry is very, very, very wide and varied, but every one of these cars, frankly, even some of the race cars, you could actually sort of see them here in this space.
Yeah, this is a great event. The cars here are amazing.
And so are the people. So now, Stephen and his Alpha and the Audrain ATS and I are all in the same class. So we're wishing Stephen the absolute best. He's wishing us the absolute best. So hopefully we won't cancel each other out.
But you know, we each get to vote, and I'm going to be voting for my own car, Donald.
Well, I confess, I've already voted for ours. Thanks, Stephen.
Thank you, Donald.
So after the jury inspection comes the fashion show, the Filata, which is a runway show for the cars. Every entry drives down the terrace to be presented to the guests and the MC, Simon Kidston.
Which had some fantastic talent behind it, but Alfa Ferrari was known as the Palace Result Revolt back in 1962. And if you just want to
Being on a lake in northern Italy, beneath the mountains, rain is always a possibility, and just in time for the Filata, first came a light drizzle, then a more steady rain. With cars of this importance and interest, the guests were more than happy to get a little wet to see and hear the cars. Well, we're in the middle of the day, the jury has left, a slight light drizzle has begun to fall, but that's okay because they've done their job. We've had the panels open, we started the car, we sounded the horn, we've revved it up because they have a special new prize this year for the best song of an engine, and I think this ATS is a very, very good singer. And I think that we can all rest very happily in what we've presented here today. I think that the people that have come by to ask about the car, to talk about the car, the interaction with the jury was a really terrific and positive one. And I know that certainly you always feel lighter in your step and breathe a little easier once the judging is over, but it doesn't really matter. What we've come here for, to show this car, to demonstrate to the world what the Audrain Collections is all about, has been done and accomplished beautifully. Now we'll enjoy the rest of the day, these beautiful cars, and then it's Italy. Great dinner tonight. Dinner and entertainment followed in the grand Villa Visconti on the lake, in the style that only the Concorso Villa d'Este can deliver. Then to the public day at nearby Villa Erba, just 1.5 kilometers down the lake from Villa d'Este. Here the atmosphere is very different, where the same superb 50 cars can be admired by a much larger audience, with tickets starting at less than 20 euros. As ever, the ATS was greatly admired by an enthusiastic and knowledgeable crowd of all ages. Then it was time for yet another filata, this time in front of a large grandstand, with Simon Kidston once again presiding, this time in Italian. After a long day, we did not manage to come back with a trophy, but we did spread the name and mission of the Audrain once again to an international audience, many of whom had already heard of us and seen us here on this YouTube channel. And as ever, the ATS 2500 GTS was a star. Grazie mille Villa d'Este. Torneremo di nuovo. We will come back.